Hi, amazing teenagers. Welcome to Things You Know, the show where we listen, learn, and grow. The TSK show is where teenagers are empowered with the right knowledge to thrive, and parents are equipped with the tools to guide them, because when teenagers know better, they will definitely do better. My name is Ifoma the Prof Wato, and I'm your host on the TSK show. And today we are looking at a very important topic. You know, a boy doesn't just grow into a man by age. He grows into a man through guidance, example, and presence. Today on the show, we are diving into one of the most powerful influences on a boy's journey to manhood, whether a father is present, absent, distant, or deeply involved. His impact echoes through a teenage boy's identity, his behavior, his emotions, and his decisions. So today we are asking the deeper questions. What happens to a boy when his father is emotionally absent? What does a father shape how does a father shape how a boy sees himself and the world? Can the wound of fatherlessness be healed? And who can step in? Because behind many teenage boys' silent battles is a longing. So today I have a teenage boy in the studio, and we'll be having this wonderful conversation. But before then, we'll go on a short break. Just stay around. The topic for today is the impact of fathers in shaping the teenage boy. So let's see, what does it mean to be a teenage boy growing into a man with the presence of a father? We'll go on a short break, and thereafter I will introduce our guest to us. We'll get right into the conversation. Please stay tuned.
New every morning on Signature TV, we open the day for you with needed energy, information, and required vibes to shape your day. From sizzling snippets of stories in various areas of life to intriguing conversations with net worth guests.
When you have people who have no track record becoming your leaders, you have a problem.
There's no outstanding gratuity when Obi took over from me. I left, in all the accounts of Anambra State, 13.8 billion for him.
Your day cannot be complete without Signature Mornings on weekdays and Signature New Day on weekends. There is no better way to start your day except Signature Morning and Signature New Day every day on Signature TV.
Okay, welcome back. We are on the TSK show where we listen, learn, and grow. So today's guest is not just another teenager. He's a young man with a voice, a story, and a heart that speaks for many boys like him. He's smart, he's thoughtful, and he's willing to sit with us and talk about something most boys are taught to keep inside. And that is the impact of a father's presence or absence in shaping the teenage boy. So today I have in the studio, I call him my son, though he's running away from me. I have Dominion Chibeze. He's a fresh graduate from the senior secondary school, and he's on the show today with me, and I'm glad to have him here.
Thank you very
Finally,
much.
I've caught you. Finally, I've caught you on this show. So welcome, Dominion.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. And you?
I'm fine. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
You know, this is mother-son conversation.
Yes, of course.
So you just relax and we'll roll. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, we're going to define what a father means to you.
Okay.
We hear father everywhere. So what does the word father mean to you as a person?
Okay. Thank you for having me in the studio today. Personally, to me, a father is a figure that represents guidance, unconditional love. A father serves as a role model to his children, to his child, especially his sons or his male child. He's not just someone that gave birth to a child. He is one that is there always for his child, to advise him or her, to show unconditional love, and to just be there always to protect and guide. That is what a father is to me personally.
Okay, so from what you said about a father being a guide, showing an unconditional love,
Yeah.
and like a father should be a role model to his son. Now we know that there are present fathers and there are absent fathers.
Of course.
Now must a father be present, like must the father be available, like stay in the house with the son to teach him all these things you just mentioned, or can he still do it from a distance? Like for example, we have fathers who live abroad and the son is here. So does the distance have anything to do with what his fatherly role should be?
This distance doesn't necessarily have to be a barrier in order to have an emotional connection with your son. I mean, you stated the case of a father living abroad and the child in Nigeria. You call, you could, through the means of calling, you could ask about his well-being, you could ask about things going on in his life, give him advice, use your own life as a mirror to teach your own son, things of life and how life is. And that way the son has that emotional connection and that bond with his father.
Okay, so that means there should be an emotional connection.
Yes, very well.
Not just the physical connection. Okay, now let's look at how does a father's absence, the absence I'm talking about now is not the absence of not being in the house. The emotional absence affects a boy's identity, his self-worth, and his emotional regulation and all of that.
Okay, thank you very much. So when a father is absent emotionally in the life of the child, there's a gap, there's a bridge between that father and his son. And when that bridge is not filled, when that hole is not filled, the son tends to go outside to look for that validation, to look for that advice that he's been craving for. And that could lead to him going into the wrong hands, to gangs, because when you now enter your gang or whatever, your friends, your brothers, you call them, will now be giving you that validation. They will always be there.
The bro code.
They would be there to always say, okay, you're doing well. And if they are not the right group of people, they could lead you astray.
Okay.
But your father is not there to show you the right path. So you go outside, go elsewhere to look for that, validation, and honestly, that's just not good.
Okay. So a father should be present.
Yes, very well.
Not just physically present, but there should be an emotional connection between the father and the son, because if there's a gap, he seeks validation and advice outside, and in the hood of the bro code. So that's what you call it. And they may end up advising him wrongly. So let's look at it again. Are there other things that fathers provide that, like that they provide emotionally and mentally, that are not noticed? Most of the times what we see is father bringing school fees, providing for the child. Are there emotional and mental things that fathers provide to their sons that are not loud?
Okay, yes, there is actually. When a father is able to, sit the son down and be like, okay, this is what happened to me. Now, this is why I say fathers should be able to use their own lives as a mirror to advise their children. Because, most of us, we've heard this whole talk on what to do and what not to do. We go to schools, we go to church, we hear it. But when there is that fatherly presence to actually show us, okay, this is what happened in my days, this is where I made a mistake, so this is what happened now, this is what you should not do, using my own life. It is a closer representation towards what you're supposed to not do in life. So, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I love the way this conversation has been going. So I believe that fathers who are at home watching us are listening, that it's very, very important to be present in the life of your son or your sons. So I will ask, what does a father's emotional availability compare to just being physically present? I know you've talked about it, but I want you to talk more about it, because sometimes most fathers, they stay at home, They don't go anywhere. They stay with their children 247, but there's still this gap. You know, there's this connection most of the times between mothers and their children. So most times it's fathers dishing out instructions, advices, punishment. Like when a child, okay, a son who seems to be stubborn, the mother will say, just wait for your father to come back. So it's not looking like the fathers are the ones always punishing. So let's look at what does a father's emotional presence do in the life of a boy child.
Well, thank you. That question. Well, there's one thing to be physically present. Yes, I know my dad is around. Yeah, I see him there. And then there's another thing to be emotionally present. Now, when a father is emotionally present with his son, the son is able to freely look to him for an advice. Let's say things are happening in his life. And because there's already that bond, there's already that connection, you will know that, okay, if I run to my father for advice, he will give it to me. He will, even if he needs to chastise me, he will do it out of love. That's the difference between a father that is emotionally available and one that is just present. One that is just present is, okay, yes, I have a dad, but yes, I'll still want to run to my mom because I know my mom, we have a bond already. But when you have that same bond with your dad, you can easily go to him and he would understand you more because he's also male as well. So there should be that brotherhood or fatherhood between.
Brotherhood. I like the brotherhood more than the fatherhood.
Yeah, they should,
like man to man.
Exactly.
Because the man should understand the struggles of the boy more than the woman. Because boys have their own silent battles and struggles. What are the struggles of the boy child?
The struggles of the boy child. I mean, there's this stereotype, this stereotypical narration that men are not supposed to show their emotions.
Men don't cry.
Yes.
Do you used to cry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I do cry.
Okay.
But that stereotypical idea, that concept that men don't cry, is really an ill statement in our society these days. Because when you have that bottled emotion for long, over time you get emotionally disconnected from the world. You don't know how to feel empathetic towards another person.
Like emotional numbness.
Exactly. You don't really feel anything for anyone at all. And that can really create a distance between the relationship you have with people and the interactions you have with people in the society. So I think that whole concept of men, be a man, don't cry, don't show your emotions, that is not really the best. It's not really the best at all.
Okay. Wow. You know, it's more like an anthem.
Right.
Like is an everyday thing that the boy child hears. Like, you're not supposed to cry. You man up. You know, even when they are sick, you say, why are you covering yourself? You're behaving like a girl. But they don't understand that boys also have their own struggles, even with identity, pursuing purpose, and all of that. Now, you have your peers that you're in the brotherhood. Let me use that word. Okay, I know you've seen a boy who has a father who is present and the one who doesn't have a father who is present. So what difference does it make?
I mean, for the one whose father isn't present, he seeks validation from outside. When there isn't that home structure, that fatherhood structure to always be there to advise the son and always validate the son and say, okay, this is what you're doing, this is what you're doing wrong, do it like this is what is happening in my life, Dad. The father is like, okay, this is what you should do, this is what I struggled with as well, you should not struggle with this, make this. So when that son has that background, the son is able to stand firm in the society. He's not easily swayed by people's decisions. But a son without the father's presence is easily swayed. It's literally just the opposite. That's if you don't have, that's in the worst case scenario, if you don't have other people that are good impact. Yes, exactly.
So it's important that fathers speak life into their children.
Yes.
Especially the boy child, so they don't seek validation from the bro code. They don't seek validation from the brotherhood outside. Thank you so much, Dominion. You've been dishing out correct information, very inspiring, very informative, because in this part of the world, there's this disconnection between the fathers and their sons. And today you're letting us know that it's very important that it's not just about having a father who is around, but a father who is deeply and emotionally connected to the son to help the boy shape his life in the journey of becoming a man. And most importantly, not to speak those negative words, because you know, when we tell boys don't cry, like you said, there's this disconnection they have with, there's no empathy, there's no compassion, and they end up becoming rebels, becoming bullies and all of that. So I believe that those who are watching us on this show, they are listening, they are learning, and they are also growing. So we are going to take a very short break, and when we are back, we'll continue with this conversation. Stay tuned.
Get plugged into the heartbeat of entertainment on The Hub, your ultimate show on e-vibes. From trending stories and social media drama to top charting music, must-watch movies and exciting moments from the world of arts, we've got it all. Join us for unmissable conversations with your favorite entertainment personalities, plus fun segments every week.
So I should try harder. So
Okay, I don't know that one.
outfit of the day.
Oh, I don't do that.
No.
That's some Gen Z stuff.
Oh, now you say it's a Gen Z stuff.
It's everything you love about entertainment, served fresh every week at 1 p.m. with weekend repeats just in case you missed it. The Hubs on e-vibes, where the vibes never stop. Only on Signature TV.
Oh, welcome back to the TSK show, where we empower teens to thrive and equip parents with the tools to guide them. Before the break, we had a very powerful conversation from a teenage boy's perspective on the role of fathers in shaping the teenage boy. And my guests have been doing justice to it. So let's talk knock with the bro code first. Wonderful. So we are going to look at something else on this segment of the show. A boy watching us now is sitting down, and the boy is looking at you, and the boy is wondering, I don't have a present father, or I don't have a connection with my father. What do I do? Because you've already mentioned that it is wrong, and it is not okay. Let me not say it is wrong. It's not really okay to seek validation or advice from outside, because probably the person may be seeking this advice from the wrong set of people. So what will you tell that young boy watching you now and asking, oh, who is wounded in his heart? Oh, where is my father? What if my father had been here? I would have been better. I would have done better. What would be your advice?
Well, first of all, I mean, we're Christians, right? Now, the father of all fathers is God, obviously. So, if your father is not really present in your life, I would say look to God first. I mean, He's the author and finisher of our faith. He's our strong tower, right? And then, if you're looking for also people with physical advice, there are mentors online. You could find people that you've studied their behaviors, you know what they do, you know that these people can be a good model in my life. They can help shape my life. You meet them, you run to them. I don't think anyone would chase you away, or if you come to them looking for advice and looking for mentorship on life and in general. So I think they should find first of all God, and then obviously do their research on the people they actually want to be their mentors and to also guide them in life.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, look up to God.
Yes.
Father of all
fathers.
This shows that you're a pastor's child.
I am actually. Yeah.
Then secondly, seek mentorship and then look for good role models.
Yeah.
That's fine. So what is your message to fathers? We've talked to the boy child.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to fathers who are not present in the life of their boys, speaking life into them, shaping them, directing them, and loving them unconditionally, like you said? What do you have to say to this set of fathers?
Do better. Just do better. I mean, you could sit, like I said before, use your own life as an example to talk to your sons, your children. Now outside that, like, okay, let's say, like, I love playing football, I love watching football, right? My dad watches football as well. So when we're watching football together, there's a bond. Doing activities together, you're creating a bond. Over time, that bond becomes very strong. That way you can actually easily talk to your dad for anything. And I don't think any dad should be so uptight,
strict and
very
rigid.
strict, and yes, to their sons. So because once you are like that, you're kind of pushing away your sons, and your sons should be able to easily come to you for advice or anything, as a matter of fact. So they should strive to create a bond. That bond is what makes the son open to their fathers.
Oh, wow. Now, you said you have a bond with your dad.
Yeah.
You do a whole lot of activities together.
Yeah.
So we are going to give your dad a shout out on this show. Hey, father of the month, or father of the year.
Yeah, of course.
Worldwide father.
Of course,
yeah.
of course.
You like football, because I know that many pastors, like I'm a pastor's child, and many fathers don't like their boys wanting to go into football, like especially at their teenage age. They feel it's a distraction. And now you're saying you're watching football together with your dad. So if your dad is watching now, like, daddy, I know you're watching us at this moment, what would you say to daddy?
I'm grateful. Thank you for the unconditional love you've been showing me, my mom, and just everyone around you, because you've really had an impact in my life. Obviously using your life as an example to always advise me, sitting down, and also the bond we've also created together. I mean, it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you for everything.
Oh, let's clap for daddy. This is wonderful. And this is from me as the host of this show, saying to you, thank you very much, sir, for raising a responsible child, and a child you are proud of. Because from the conversation we have heard today, we listened to the heart of Dominion, and through his voice we've heard the silent longing of many others, and you've been in his life. It shows that he has a father who is not just around, but who is present and who is emotionally connected to him. So we hail you, sir. Oh yeah, let's salute your daddy. Wow. Okay, to the viewers watching us out there, I know some young boys who are watching are longing to be seen, to be affirmed, and to be guided, not just with instructions, but with love, presence, and with consistency. So I want to tell all the fathers there, your voice matters. Even when you think your son isn't listening, he's watching. Like my guest said, they see what you do. Your life should be their model. You influence them as well. So even when he acts like he doesn't care, he's hoping you will show up anyway, because you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. So remember, a father is the first mirror through which a boy sees manhood. And to everything watching this who feels the ache of an absent father, I want you to know this: you are not broken, you are not forgotten, and the man you are becoming is still being shaped by every choice you make, by everyone who shows up for you, and by the strength rising inside of you. And I want to say again, just like Dominion told us today, there's Father of all fathers, who is God. So I don't know if you're not a Christian or whatever you believe in, pray to it, pray to that God, and he will answer you. So teenage boys, I encourage you to thrive. I encourage you to show up for yourself. Even if the biological father isn't there, hope is not lost. A mentor or a coach, like he mentioned, can still plant the seed of strength, worth, and direction in your life, because everybody deserves to grow into a man who knows who he is, not just because of who he came from, but because of someone you choose to be and someone who choose to show up for you. So today is a wrap on this show, and I want to say thank you to Dominion, you know I call you my son, for coming on the show and sharing your thoughts and ideas. You've inspired and motivated a whole lot of boys, and you became a voice today, speaking to a whole lot of boys who doesn't have the opportunity to tell fathers they really need them in their life. So thank you very much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
My name is Ifoma, the Prof Wato. I'm your host on the TSK show, and it's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching.